So, a friend of mine was over helping me out with the project, and he tightened. I had a sanding disc on there, and he tightened it to such an extent that it took me 4 days. I worked on it a couple hours each day. I finally had got it off, but I had to carve out the whole disc. It was a mess. I should have just ordered another angle grinder. Yeah, it's the kind of thing you'd expect from a 17-year-old. When you're 17, you want to tighten everything, to make sure it's on there and doesn't come off. And it was on so tightly that in trying to get it off with the tool that came with the angle grinder, this is a Ryobi, an older one, that the lock button broke. It actually snapped. The plastic part broke, and the pin that goes in and locks was bent. So the answer is make a new one. You can see it's shaped pretty much like the place where I put it. I used the putty epoxy. I used Total Boats fairing compound, which works great. You could probably use Bondo or a polyester putty, or my favorite is Fast Goes 110. You can get that on Amazon now. So a couple tricks to this: be sure you grease the hole really well. The place where you're going to put the putty epoxy. Get as thick of a pin as you possibly can. You can see how big this is. It's probably 3/16 or so get as thick of a pin as you can. Thinner ones will bend. This does not. It was threaded, so I smoothed it off on a grinder. Anyway, it works brilliantly. I like it better than the old lock button in a couple ways. Okay. I can just turn it over like this on a wood surface, and it holds it in place, which is really nice. I used to hate having to hold the lock button and try to get the tool to go, and this holds it steady. So that's it, and happy building.